everyone. Welcome to the Schmoe. We're European and South African based Schmoe Down after show, and we do this every week. This week, though, we weren't able to do it in our normal time, so we're here on a Monday. And I know what you're all
Why?
thinking. Why does Teresa have the sunglasses? Is she turning heel? And no, I have some ice shoes, so I will need those on today because light isn't doing so well for me. I can't watch the screen without my sunglasses, so here I am. And there's only two of us today, me and my lovely co-host Ben. Um, I know it's okay because we are the only one you care
Yeah,
about, so
that's right.
it's
Best
fine.
you
It's
can
fine.
understand.
And unfortunately, the other two weren't able to make it today. Liam had some internet issues, and he's also very sad because they lost in Euros, and we are also sad for him. But go Italy. Uh, okay, let's get to the Schmodown talk. We usually start with the BPVs, so let's do it also today. Hi, Thomas.
Hello.
Um, So, spoilers ahead. Be warned. We will be talking about the pay-per-views. And the first match was Deception versus Lightning Time, and most of us picked Deception. But we had a
Are we talking
lone
about that
wolf
one first?
here. Yes, Ben picked Lightning Time, and Liz finally won, and you can be happy. So talk about it.
I'm so happy she won. I was so happy. If I could have screamed, I would have screamed. But it was late at night and everyone was asleep, so I didn't want to wake them up. But I was literally in my bed going, yes, 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 and so happy.
That's
And
so
then
awesome.
I will say, I promised Matt I would tell everyone. Um, Deception getting opponent's choice because they got opponent's choice. I know that's been a bane of our existence in the last few weeks. It didn't really matter this time because they went pretty much perfect, missed one question. But even if they hadn't missed that one question, they would have lost anyway. So
Yes.
even if they'd gone perfect through round two, it wouldn't have mattered. Plus, they gave them IG category. We've been hearing often that Adam Collins wants to go into IG. So, I mean, yeah, I think he's pretty much set there.
Yeah, yeah. I also think like people harping on Adam not going with Mersol's instinct in that instance. I get it, but it could be the exactly other way. You never know. I think they both know a lot about Star Trek. I was actually kind of surprised that they gave them Star Trek because I also know that Marisol was dabbling a little bit with IG. I think she knows. We saw how good she did, how well she did in Lord of the Rings. So I was kind of
Yeah.
surprised that was the category they gave them, but they did really well. And that one question was really hard. They had two instincts. They couldn't decide, and in the end, it didn't matter. So
I
I
almost
think,
wish the only
yeah,
thing that I would have done differently is I almost wish they would have repeated
yes, that's true.
everything.
Yeah, I also think they should have done another repeat, and then Marisol should argue for her point, and then they should have decided. But since it wouldn't change the outcome, I think it's okay. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but they did really well in opponent's choice. I was picking Deception. I probably still would if they played together again because there are some things about Lightning Time. Like I think they are one of the best teams. They are amazing. They are both great players. But like how aggressively Eaton played in the second round, I think you need to just confer every answer. Like do the repeat if you don't have time for it, because sometimes your instinct is not right, and the other person is able to tell you that it's not right. And Deception would never do this. Like, they would, if they have time to confer, they always confer. So Oh, Dan Thomas. Yeah, but great matches, both of them. But that's the one thing with Lightning Time. I think Bateman kind of predicted it on backstage. He said there
Mm.
could be like one question that Ethan and Liz knew because they were like, they're a little bit older than Marcel and Adam. So they saw more movies, and it wasn't, and if it was like in like, I don't know, 80s movie or early 90s movie, it could be like uh in their head more. And there was one question that both Adam and Marcel missed, and both of them had it. And I was like, oh, this is the question Bateman was talking about, that this could happen and Lightning Time could get
Yeah.
like a little bit of an edge, and it happened. So
Yeah.
yeah, but great match, like two great teams, and I'm not
They
disappointed.
they were
Yeah,
probably unfortunately Deception were probably the least well performing team of the pay per view. However, considering all three other teams nearly went perfect, I think
yeah,
you kind of have to give that to them.
yeah, and it's still such a small margin of difference. Um, so
That's amazing.
wow. Yeah, Ethan is on a streak. Like he's doing so well right now. And I think it might be the studying. Like he was
Mm.
already so high up, but now if he's really studying with the factions, if they're really doing all of this together, I think both Ethan and
And it's
Liz.
the hat.
Yeah. That's the head. I wanted to talk about it. It was one of my favorite part of like any promo this year when Liz came up to him and she was like, Ethan, Ethan. So good. So awesome. And Ethan also is killing it with the promos, like meeting with Paul Oyama, this scene with Liz. It's awesome.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
So, but I
I
think
love him.
Deception, if they're in the tournament, they have such a high chance to win it. Like they're such a
Yeah,
good team. I think
yeah,
belts are still in their future, and this could be said about every team in this PPV.
yeah.
I think, yeah,
I I honestly don't. I know some people might say, "Oh, they're now what's it like,
two and
two and
three. They are
three,"
2 and 3.
and they might want them to break up now. But
No,
honestly, like,
no, that's
not at all.
crazy talk.
Not at all.
Crazy talk. Like they
Uh,
didn't. They still didn't have a bad match. I don't think this was a bad match. They missed a couple of questions, four like in total, or I don't know. Yeah, I think four in total. So, no, I don't think they should break up. I think that the team's division is so stacked this year
yeah,
that getting the wins is really hard. If only if you look at those four teams in the PPV, and they
mm,
are not even like contenders for a title yet. So it's the team's division improves so much that it's much harder this year. And I think
yeah,
Deception is a great team. They have great chemistry. They have trust in each other, and like they built all of this only in the digital era. So it's like, yeah, it's amazing.
imagine them in like real studio time. That's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, they're going to hug each other so much. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm jealous. Okay, so great match. Only positive things to say. Let's get to the other one so I can talk about Gucci. Gucci, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Why?
I mean,
Tear me apart,
they didn't.
Gucci.
To be fair, they didn't really need him because other than JTE's miss in the Frozen 2 thing, uh, they pretty much went perfect. So
I'm not saying they needed him to win. Um, I just think that the managers are there to support you. And if you see the other team, like, and you lose and you don't even have your manager in the post interview to talk you up a little bit,
mm,
I just don't think. I think people like JTE and Roka are with Gucci because he's just such a like ego schmoozer. He's like always like,
yeah,
oh, Roka is the Godlo, he's the best, and he's like JTE, the best in this game, and he does it. If he isn't doing this, why even be on his faction? I'm sorry, I'm not really happy with Gucci in the last few weeks with his appearances. I think it would be better if he managed to get someone to be there for him.
I agree with that.
Because yeah, yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think Adam and Marisol need to continue on, and they will get there eventually. Um, yeah. So I'm Gucci. What are you doing? Like these are two of your signed people, and you're not there. And maybe it would be better if he wasn't there, because when they were talking, he was breaking up in their
Mm,
conversation. So his presence even made it worse for me. Like when they were deciding, I think in the second round, or I don't know where it was, but
yeah.
yeah.
That's
But
why I think Roker said just get him out of here. It's fine. We don't need
yeah,
him.
but yeah. So I just started talking about Gucci about even introducing the match. So it was Rushmore versus Final Exam, and I'm so happy about this match. I'm so happy. Like, I think Lon is playing really well. And I think people should stop saying, like, are we getting good Lon or bad Lon? Like, every player sometimes gets a first bad round. Like, look at Merle and Bateman in their last match. They got 5 points
Mm,
each. But in his last 3 matches, I think Lon got 9, 8, and 9 points in the first round. So I just think Final Exam can do it, and I really want them to get that belt. And it's really funny that Rushmore just lost because JTE didn't write 2 after Frozen, and that's it.
yeah,
Like, it was so close, and I was
yeah.
scared that Lon wouldn't get it. You know, he has a little bit of history with animated questions, but I think
Mm,
like doing the honest trailers might helped with this one. So I'm very happy. I loved the communication between Paul and Lon, and I think Lon got the 5 pointer. So yeah,
yeah.
I think they are proving they're one of the most
On
elite
that
teams.
point, though, I will say that when Roker was busy, like, why does Paul have his board out? And why I thought we were supposed to be showing our hands. I'm pretty sure that was him just being like, okay, well, let's see if we can nudge Paul to kind of get off his rhythm. He should have been nudging Lon in that match, because Lon was like, should have been nudging them both, because he thought, oh, Lon's not going to do much, blah, blah, blah. Ha ha ha, Roker. Lon is good, my friend. Lon is good.
But can you really shake Lon in his like delinquent persona? Do you think there's something he could have said that would shake him? Because I'm not sure.
I mean,
I do think, and he also asked about how many JTEs do they have. But
yeah,
it might
he
just
was
be
trying to
him
shake him.
making sure.
And I get it. I get it. It's part
You
of the
use
game, and
everything you have. Yeah.
I love it. It's awesome to see. But I was just happy to have like Lon be like, okay, you go after my teammates. I'm gonna show you. It was kind of cool to have that be subtle. Okay, let's see
Yeah.
what you can do now. So yeah,
Yeah, I loved it. I'm so happy for Final Exam. And again, Rushmore missed one question, so um they could kill it in the tournament. The one thing I'm really sad about, uh second match card.
it is
Oh, okay.
really, really amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I
Um,
think, yeah, those top tier teams are going to be like the Star Wars Inner Geekdom players.
yeah. The only thing I need to say is that I'm sad about is that now Rushmore is probably in the tournament, which I'm not sad about. That's great. But that means we are still not getting the Barbarian team, and he's been
Mm.
waiting more than a year for that. So I'm sad we might not see him in a team maybe the whole year. We'll see.
Forever.
So yeah, I think he said on backstage that he like if he can argue for himself next year that he will want like a clause that he will get to be on a team because he
Yeah,
really wants to.
yeah.
But yeah, that's the only downside of this match. But it was a great match, and Final Exam is one of the teams I really want to see win the belt the
What
most.
did you
I
think
really want
about
them.
what did you think about sort of Christian Harloff sort of insinuating that if they don't get it this time that they'll break up?
Oh, well, I don't know. I think there's probably one match ahead of them, and if they don't get it, I think they could still maybe be in the tournament.
Mm,
I don't I don't know. I think if they do poorly this year, like lose the rest of their matches, there's a possibility there.
yeah.
Because like we talked about, Lon is sometimes a little inconsistent, but I don't think it's really true this year. I think in their first match, even Paul missed some questions. It was
Mm,
even, and also in this match, I don't know. I don't want them to break up because I don't want them to be one of the teams like Who's the Boss or critically acclaimed
mm.
teams I loved, and they weren't able to get there, and it must be so frustrating. And I want Lon to have a belt already, so I don't want this to happen. But I could see it in the future. Yeah.
That would be so nice, Thomas. That would be my dream come
Yeah,
true, but it won't happen
uh,
this year.
I get it won't happen, but yeah, teams are so much
That
fun,
one
even more fun this year.
that one's gonna be dream crushing for whoever
Yeah,
plays, whoever wins. Just like a certain match we're gonna get into soon. For me, either way was dream crushing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, do we have anything to add to this match?
No, I think we've said it all.
Yeah, yeah. The one thing is, yeah, I'm gonna get back to that. To JTE, "Let It Go" was wasn't sang by Kristen Bell. So just wanted to say that's why it wasn't in the question, even if it may. Okay, he kept harping on it in the and like, oh, the writers wanted to, and I was like, no, it still wouldn't be there, dude. It still wouldn't. So, um,
I mean,
yeah,
I hated that movie, so I mean,
I loved
I
the
can get.
movie.
Yeah, but okay. Now I'm going to
Let's
start
go.
my debate that I start with every Disney fan. Moana should have had the popularity that Frozen got, because Moana was so much better than Frozen.
I don't know. I just love Frozen for some reason. I saw it like 100 times.
No.
So I like Moana a lot, but I love Frozen. I'm sorry. I just think it's so overhyped that people don't like it because it's too overhyped. Like too many
I
kids
watched it and I
wanting to
felt
be
like
the
it was
Elsa.
predictable, and then I was like, okay, well, I'll see what happens. But with Moana, I was hooked from the start.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's agree to disagree. I think both are great movies. So
And
okay, that's the
Moana is
only
one of
thing
the
I
few
wanted to.
movies that made me cry.
Okay. Okay. Let's get to this match. I'm crushed.
Yeah, that's just
I'm
heartbreaking.
crushed. Okay,
I
so I'm
don't
gonna
think we'll
take.
see.
I'm gonna steal Frank Janish's point from Rundown. He said that Paul
And watch that.
Preston's accuracy in teams is above 90%, and he's 0-6. That's that's kind of great. Like, I don't even know how this could happen. Like, I know there are players who
Mm.
consistently have bad luck, like Janine, and we will get to him, Zipper. But Paul, damn it, he's such a good player, and he had good teammates. Not only Gathered, but also Tom. So I'm not.
And Adam Witt.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening there. It seems like such a bad luck, and I don't even think
Yeah.
they should do something differently. I think they like did everything they were supposed to do the way they were supposed to do it. I don't blame Kate for taking the slice. I think it was a smart choice. I think she reasoned very well that like Goddard would know the newer movies and Paul would know the older movies, and it makes sense. And with luck of the den this year, I
Yeah.
think if they spun again, they would get opponents. I'm sorry. I think they
Yeah.
would. So I don't
And then
think
it
there's
would have been
anything.
settled anyway.
Yeah, I just don't think there's. I don't think they should do anything differently, and I don't think it was a mistake to build your faction around Paul Preston and Ben Goddard. I think they are amazing players. I think they keep proving
Mm.
it, and they keep losing, and it sucks. But I just think it's just bad luck.
Yeah.
And yeah, you go into it, Ben. What? How crushed were you?
I was really crushed because much as I love Perry and uh, her being in the winning circle again is amazing. I really want Goddard to get one win. Come on, man, just one, please, please, Schmoe down.
And he never plays badly. He never like drops the ball completely.
No,
It's never.
no, you know this stuff. Uh,
I hate it. I
he
yeah. I can't even.
0
Leo,
four.
don't
I,
don't
I
do
was
that.
I was speaking to Matt, and Matt says if Goddard gets a match before like some of the people we haven't seen, he's gonna riot. So I mean, like,
Well, I don't think he will get like
or
a
maybe not
match out
riot,
of a
but
tournament. I
like
think he
you would
will.
be very upset.
Well, I
So
think he
I
will
mean,
now only get matches in tournaments. So I don't think
yeah,
Matt needs to riot. And in a tournament, you really can't be mad because the manager picks. And I think it would be stupid not to put him in. So,
definitely. I
but
think he could do
damn.
well. Maybe
But
the
he's.
sophomore slump will end, and he'll,
But
as he said, studio.
uh,
He's never lost in the studio. So
but his position will suck based on his record. He
I
will
know
play against
he's
someone
gonna be
like one of the best.
he's gonna be against like Dan Murrell or someone like that.
He will be like maybe Bateman or someone like that. And even in teams, they are 0-2. So
And
they will probably be put against. I know. I don't want that match to happen. I love both of my bands. Um, and all three of my bands, but I meant the Schmoe bands. Um, I just don't. I don't. You know what? Like bothers me the most. Perry really dropped the ball in the first round. Like I think if we talk about like gameplay and who played better, I still think Outsiders played better. Like I don't like Perry. Even in one question, she said like, "Oh, I was writing Snatch, but I wasn't able to write it down quickly enough." And I was like, "Dude, you have the JTEs for a reason. They could have been tied at the end of the first round, but she knew an answer to a question and she didn't ask for JTE." So
Mm,
and Outsiders both got 7, which I think is as close to perfect as you can get. And
yeah,
I'm not. I think this was there to win. So I'm really sad about
yeah.
it. But yeah, but press room is also great, and Josh Horowitz probably is making
Obviously,
case.
he's not a fan of Tim Burton, Leo.
Yeah, well, she was really angry about the Beetlejuice question. There were some that she dropped that she wasn't happy with herself. So I
Yeah,
think she will maybe work on that. But
I'm sure.
I just I just wished Outsiders to win so much,
Yeah,
and Dan and Kate, and I wish Kate wouldn't blame herself so much sometimes. Like I don't
yeah.
think it was a bad decision at all.
Look, she's still a new manager. She's still like finding her feet and all that sort of thing. I know, like people say, "Oh, but what about Koi and everyone?" She didn't. She didn't spend 5 years in the Schmodown arena like Koi and Gucci and Swag and all of them. So, like, in terms of how new she is to the whole Schmodown thing, maybe she watched it and loved it, but she hasn't been in. Yeah, maybe not. But like, she was friends with Christian and friends with Mark Ellis, at least to some extent. So I think in that regard, she's um at least got there. But so she maybe watched a few of their stuff. But I think her being in there is amazing. I love her. I hope she has more victories so we can see her more. I really hope this would be the year that she would be third, even second. I was hoping it would be Quickie Mercs, Corruption, and the Den in the top three. Maybe even Swag in there as well. I was hoping that would be the case. I'm
I think
hoping that will still be the case.
Sweat could be the corruption of this year. I think they could do
Yeah,
it now in the tournaments. They could like
yeah.
turn the tables completely. Yeah. But it feels like people keep forgetting about the Den and that they are still in there. They are very close to that fourth spot, uh, to the Mercs and the corruption. So, and I think they are making a case for themselves. And I think people keep underestimating Kate, and that could be your downfall. So, yeah. But I'm happy for Josh and Perry. They're so cute and so amazing together. So, and of course, happy for the Mercs. We are fans of the Mercs here. So, that's great for them to win.
Are
But
we are we now going to stop saying that they in danger?
I don't think I actually stopped saying it a while ago.
I know, I'm
so
just teasing.
I still think I don't know how they will do in the IG tournament, but I think Jesse Swift will
Um,
probably could do pretty well.
yeah, we
I
could get them a few points,
yeah,
at least three.
yeah. I just think it all depended on how good Shazam and Dimalanta will play, and
Hmm.
they just are proving to be excellent so far. And I always believed in them. I just think that maybe they could even be in the first place if they really focused on the IG, you know? Like I think like a few things and he could be at the top already. So but I don't think they will like be in the second half of the faction race. I think he will be to the top with
Yeah.
going with the Mercs. So yeah, I'm not scared for them anymore. I'm not.
Mhm.
It's also because
Uh,
Josh Horowitz is so good.
yeah, he is. He's damn good, and you see he knows the game much better than certain people we won't mention ever again. So he has studied the game. He studied the way to get through it, to know when to repeat, when to go for multiple choice, that sort of thing. He knows his teammates. Sorry, I just need to answer this.
Okay. And also I love like Horowitz's attitude. He's he has such a dry humor, but it just suits the Schmoe. So I'm very happy with his performances and everything he does. He seems to know the game maybe even a little better than Perry, so I think it's great that she has him to lean on. Um, and I think we should get to the other match. Oh, Ben is back. Let's get to the other match.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. This one.
So Ben does not
Yeah.
love Brother Loomis. Not Brother Loomis, his character.
The character.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Brother Lomas is an awesome dude, and if I met him, we would get on like a house on fire. But the
There,
character just
it
irritates
happens. There's
me,
always
and I
like
get it.
one
I get it.
character that
Yeah,
irks you. I know we know that Thomas doesn't like the Flirt and Flaws, which I
yeah,
would probably also hate him if I was German. So you know, uh, it happens. I get that you don't like the character. It could be challenging for some people. For me, as an I don't really have a strong beliefs or religion. I just think it's really funny because, like I said, he reminds me of the televangelist, and I think maybe there's some connection to it, and that he's just making fun of it. It's like
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, caricature. It's like window to how bad it is. And if you watch some of the worst televangelists, it's so similar. And I don't understand how somehow someone gets
Everyone loves
yeah
it. It's just
yeah
me that.
but it's
Uh,
okay, Ben. Like we can't all love everything about this, so
yeah,
it's
I know,
okay.
I know. And
And
also, I have
go.
something to admit. that I haven't told anyone. I was this close to going with May
Okay.
because I was hoping that she would win, but I figured no, it would be silly because Brother Lomas knows his stuff. He helps the Fin Stock Exchange study. I This TKO just crushed me more than anything else,
Yeah.
and watching her, listening to her interview was just heartbreaking. I could hear the crack in her voice. It almost sounded like she wanted to cry, and I just wanted to be there and like, Besame! Wish you could do better. I wish you could still be in this league. I hope you'll still be in there even next year because you're awesome.
But I think she's such a fun favorite. She has to be, right? Because how
Yeah,
could you not love her? So, and I think I agree with like sometimes the first round being tough because it's a lot of boy movies, and sometimes there's a lot of girl movies, and I do a little better than I do normally. So it just happens sometimes. You don't get your questions. I think they probably should respawn in the second round, and
I think so.
but it was a tough decision. If she got like one of her most scary slices, she could
Mm,
do even worse. I don't know. I think she will study and she will get better and she will be back and she's awesome. And like the promo, we talked about it. We might still talk about it later, but it was just whew, so good on both sides.
oh yeah,
Lomis with his spiels, Beth with her exercise. Love it. So yeah, yeah,
and training with the horse.
yeah. And also like it wasn't the best match to watch like with the score with Beth not doing
Yeah,
so great, but it was so entertaining all the time that you weren't even like,
exactly.
oh,
And
she's
she
losing.
still on point with the puns and oh man,
Yeah,
in terms of like how to miss and still carry on, that is what you will show every rookie in the future.
yeah.
You could even show that to Saul.
Okay, well, we all have different attitudes. I get Soul's attitude. I actually love the passion and like how intense he
I
is.
know.
So it's
I
yeah,
love it
but
too. But it's just
I do love how graceful she was with everything, with the defeat.
mm,
She was humble, but she was still excited about maybe other future matches. So yeah, I'm very
mm,
happy with this match. It was very entertaining. I wish Beth would do better, mainly for her, so she wouldn't feel bad because she's amazing. And
yeah.
but amazing to watch. Um,
Uh,
let's go to the other match, or
Okay.
do we want
Now
to add
let's
something?
move on to the one that
Yeah.
really hurt. Really,
Well,
really hurt. Either
it
way, I
has.
would have been
Yeah, this is the match where you
for
have
you,
a favorite and favorite.
for reasons that I'll show right now, because, well, why not? For you, it was amazing.
Yes, and I'm back, baby. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. How did
You
it
just
feel,
had it
Liam,
clear.
to be in the lead
Wow,
for one whole week? One
nice.
week.
Okay. That was
Kick
also
them
for
when
you.
they're
I was
down.
happy for you. I was happy for you, but for,
Thank you.
oh man, I was really, either way, I think I would have been just heartbroken
Yes.
because I love both competitors. Uh, the way they played was amazing. Eric getting his first perfect round, awesome stuff to see.
Cheers are clapping for
Um,
him.
yeah, exactly. They love playing each other. Ah, that was amazing, but still so heartbreaking.
Yeah, I everything you said. Like all of the people in this match, even the managers, were just so happy for the other players and the other managers. Like Case kept talking about how amazing Zipper is, and Winston kept talking about how amazing Jadra is, and they kept talking about like it was. You could see the love in this match, and
Yeah,
I'm so sad for Zipper because it keeps happening to him, and he keeps playing so well. But also very happy for Jadra because he got out of the 500 record. So
yeah.
uh, it's either way, we would go from this match heartbroken and very happy at the same time. And I'm happy it was with Jader because I'm sorry, I love Swag, but the Dan all the way, and Kate all the way. So and I got the point. So everything worked
Yeah.
out great for me. um, it was just I don't think I could find a better opponent for either of them.
Mm,
Like they're
no,
so even. And yeah,
yeah.
unfortunately, in the second round, it all fell apart for Zipper.
I mean,
There were some toughies.
Chris, he
Hmm.
didn't do so badly in the match against Janine either. So
Yeah, that's true. He had her on the ropes if he answered his
yeah,
five, but this was the most points he got in the second round ever.
yeah,
So I'm very happy for him, and it wasn't an easy category. So I think,
not at
yeah,
all.
I think
And
just amazing.
He's been studying to be a paramedic. He's a father,
Yes,
and he's been studying
yes,
for the Schmoe down. So
yes.
wow, flipping fantastic.
I do hope they both are in the tournament. Um,
Mm.
Jader and
I'm sure
Eric,
they
I
will
think
be. But
they
Eric is one of
in the
Swag's
den.
top.
It's hard to say because no, not one of their players in is like in the title hunt right now. So
Yeah.
Kate could pick anyone, and you have Duralde, you have Riley, you have Preston, you have Goddard, you have Jader, you have Silversini, you have Slov, you have Gubbins. It's hard. It's
Mm.
hard. We'll see. We'll see
Be
who Kate
tough,
picks.
tough. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Jader is like the fourth, fifth spot. I think he could be in there. So I hope we will see him
Mm.
again because I think he's fired up. So
Oh yeah.
yeah. And anything else to add to this match?
Mm. I think that's it. Did we see opponents? I don't think we saw opponents in this one.
I don't think we. No, we didn't. We didn't.
We only
And
saw opponents once this week.
did we? Yeah, there was spinners in outsiders.
Yep.
There was
No.
like outsiders press room. Press room got the spinners.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I Frank talked about it also on the rundown, and it's not that many times. It just seems that way
Just
to
seems
us.
that.
Maybe with more matches, yeah, and we are all itching to see the real wheel. So that's probably it. But still, wish it could happen a little bit less. But it's not something that anyone can change. I think.
Yeah, I
Um.
agree.
So I
Let's
don't.
see
I
what.
didn't watch the FCL this week. So did
Yeah,
you?
this season got opponent. No, I didn't. I didn't get a chance. I'm afraid.
Okay, so the
Uh,
only thing I know, I will definitely catch up because I know it was the IG and the Star Wars match, and I really, really want to see
what
it.
was it? This was
But
last week. I thought that was this week. Sorry. Mm.
yeah,
Well,
and
I'll watch it
and
tonight then.
but next week there will be a match between, or this week, no, no, this week there will be a match
Tomorrow.
between Alex Marzonia and Aaron Turner, and I was waiting for a long time to see Alex's debut in FCL, so I'm very happy about it. And I think Aaron was like one of the founders of the rundown.
He
So
was.
that will be amazing, and we will have another IG match between Elena Jordan and James Schmoe. So that's also
Ooh.
exciting. So I'm super
Oh,
excited about those matches. I really need to catch up, but I really don't have the time right now. So I will when
yeah.
I can. But if you can watch the FCL because they are amazing there.
Yeah.
Okay,
They really are.
so
Thank
promo of the week.
you.
Yay! Do
Promo of
you
the
want
week.
to start or should I start?
You start because I've got a lot to say about this promo.
Okay, so I'm picking, but I'm picking Beth May and Bartolomew. Are you picking the same? Should I pick something else? Okay, I'm picking Beth May
Yeah.
and Bartolomew because there was a lot of great promos this week. There was a lot, but
Yes.
this one was just the perfect amount of
And the
character and
music
like,
in that is fantastic.
yeah, and they are like such opposites of each other that
Yeah.
it was just such a great energy, such a creepy energy, and they're both very talented in the
Oh yeah.
promo area of the Schmoedown. So yeah, I had to pick this. I was talking about this last week that I think this promo will be amazing, and it was. So this is the one for me. Which one do you choose?
Isn't it obvious?
Is it
Lightning
lightning
versus.
time? Yeah.
Gotta go for that one. I just love the. Here's your hat. Now we're
Yes.
gonna take it. Ah, it was so beautiful just to see that. Oh man, I nearly cried again. But it was amazing. I loved that the whole spiel was just awesome. Watching Deception, the history of Deception, the history of Lightning Time was just fantastic to watch.
Yeah.
And Eric,
Yeah.
you make the best promos, and this was probably your best week of promos for this year, to be quite honest with you,
Ooh.
so far.
Oh, okay.
Because
I
it was
think
hard for me to pick.
this might be a recency bias because we're not doing it for such a long time. So maybe we like,
Yeah,
so
maybe,
there were some weeks
maybe.
where,
But for the ones that we've done, this is
yeah,
definitely the best.
yeah, and also the Rushmore final exam promo was also amazing. So every time
Yeah.
you get to see Lon and Paul, it's just awesome. So a lot of good promos this week. They are always amazing, and we are getting to the predictions. We only
Oh
know
yeah.
about two matches this week right now.
Unless Leo, have you heard of any more? Please, if you have, let us know. Thanks.
Yeah, I know there were some like troubles with the schedule, so I think we will get them
That's
eventually.
something that I've been wondering as well, if they'll do that.
Because I think is it still here?
Yeah.
No, it's
Uh,
changed. Nikki DeMalanta is now playing Lacey Gilleran. I know that was
yeah.
wrong in the schedule.
Yeah.
Um, so maybe they will add a match. Maybe there will be on only two matches. I'm not actually sure. Um,
I mean, if they are need to, that's fine for me.
yeah, because it's the collision month, so
Yeah.
maybe. Um, but so let's do the predictions for the two we know about, and still not really
Yeah.
decided. But okay, the first
Should
one.
we show it again just for the fun of it?
Okay, so we're tied now with Liam,
Yep.
Matt.
You're tied with Liam. Matt is now 4 away from you guys. I'm 2 away from Matt.
Still
This
a
is going to
close
be it.
race.
Yep. And I thought I was out of it. But I just want to say, every time, except for one of these matches that I've picked with my heart and not with my head, I've I've won. So
Yeah,
yeah, the whole heart head thing doesn't really always work.
yeah. It does. No, it's not. I tried either way. It doesn't. So it's just instinct doesn't work. Nothing works with the predictions.
Just gotta go with what makes you happy, I think.
Yeah. So the first match is Claudia Dolph versus Chrissy V. And this is a hard one. I already picked Claudia Dolph, but I will change it and I will pick Chrissy V. Because
Okay.
both Liam and Matt are picking Claudia. I get it.
Mhm.
She probably had a little bit better debut than Chrissy, but it was really close. If you think about Chrissy getting opponents and then Claudia not answering anything in her third round. And I think
Yeah.
they both will play much better than they did in their first match. Um,
Neo's going with the boys.
yeah, I had a strong instinct to go with Claudia, but I was wrong with my instinct so much lately that I think it's Chrissy. Um, and Liam and Matt are both picking Claudia.
Mm.
Um, and who do you pick, Ben?
And I'm picking Chris TV
Yeah.
because I really want the Stars to get a win. Also, if Chris TV picks up the win, then I get closer to Matt. So it's a win-win for me.
Yeah, and I have her in my fantasy league, so it would be really good if she got a win because I need more points. No, not in the other one, but yeah,
Yeah,
still.
I know. I know. I figured as much. I haven't even touched that one in a few years, few months.
Yeah,
Sorry. So
and
yeah, next match, I guess, because we know how
yeah, and
everyone's picking.
in the next match we are all the same. No shade to Jacob with Neben, but
Yeah,
in his match with Jesse Swift, we are picking Jesse. I think it's obvious based on the first match. I do think Jacob
yeah,
could really improve. I like we decided not to judge based on the first matches because like you saw
yeah,
how Amaru got so much better. You saw how everyone is getting so much better in their second matches. So
yeah.
it's no shade to Jacob. He could really get better, but Jesse also only had one match and he was better in this match. And if he gets even better, it will be hard to
And
win
also,
against him.
I have a suspicion. I have a suspicion he'll be more confident. So
Hmm.
if a challenge like what came up with his
Yeah, yeah. This
last one
the
comes up.
Superman movie, right? Superman the movie.
So
Yeah,
um, yeah,
yeah. It
we'll
seems
see.
everyone is picking Jesse. I'm really not surprised, but I think it might be closer than we think. I think Jesse will take this one.
I
He
think
has
so.
to.
I think this is one of the matches I've wanted to see, like the Zach Burkett's gold leader match for the same reason. I wanted to see that rivalry play out. I want to see this rivalry play out. They were going at each other in the Facebook before they got drafted, and Jacob wouldn't have been. It's wouldn't have been, not wouldn't been. No, 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 and they were going after each other, and it was so awesome to see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this match because it's going to be fun, but also blood feud, which is awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. And it's Koi against Sam, right? So yeah,
Yep,
that will also be fun. Um, but
absolutely.
Max could get some more points. That's amazing. Also, but it's Matt going against suspects again. So I don't know. Lately,
Don't tell me that. That
when he goes
worries me.
against suspects, they do win. So we'll see. But I have a lot of trust in Jesse. I think he loves the Schmoe so much that
And I trust Koi. Koi is
yeah,
Koi is my boy. So
yeah, it's pretty amazing too. Okay, so I think that's it for this week. We know it's a little bit shorter than normal, but I need to go do my eye drops, and we do miss two of our partners. So, um, guys, the links are to all of our socials are in the description. Please subscribe. Oh,
before we do that, sorry, I do want to say we do have the links to the regular matches in the description. So if you're watching this, but you haven't watched the Schmoedown matches for whatever crazy reason that might be, please go and watch their matches.
yes, please do. Like I said, like, subscribe, leave a comment. We love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Liam, you suck.